It's Rick and Patty from the KORD Morning Show. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
And, of course, you can always catch us anywhere and everywhere with our KORD mobile app. It's free for you in the App Store as well in Google Play.
ORD, good morning. 6:10. You got Rick, you got Patty. Always great to be with you. Right now, about 57 degrees, clear skies. Ready for this Monday, are you, Patty?
I brought pancakes, Rick.
You did.
I brought pancakes to the party. Just like we were talking about.
Just like we're talking about. Well, if you didn't know it, today is also National Old Man Young, and then National Old Man Young Woman Day.
You sure about that?
I don't know what that means.
Old man, young woman. It means an older man getting with a younger woman.
Exactly. Well, geez, what's new about that?
Everyday life.
What's new?
Everyday life.
When you're looking down there, like, what's new about that? Biggest age span of any of your friends? You know, 25 years is the biggest. My buddy, my buddy Dave Edel and Sarah Edel. There's 25 years difference between them. So,
wow.
Yeah, exactly. So, and they they have a daughter, and he's 72 and she's 16. The daughter is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there you go.
Wow.
But he's also got other kids from other women as well. But if you're jumping into today National Potato Day, International Orangutan Day, National Soft Serve Ice Cream Day, World Humanitarian Day, National Hot and Spicy Food Day. Again, like we told you earlier, National Old Man Young Woman Day, International Talk Like Jar Jar Binks. And National Sandcastle and Sculpture Day. Man, I've seen some amazing...
That's a lot. I'm just back on potatoes.
I know, exactly. But I've seen a lot of amazing sandcastle sculptures before at the beach. You know, unbelievable, especially if you live in Southern California.
Yeah.
Along the beach or Oregon.
True.
It's very cool. 14 days until Labor Day, 73 days until Halloween. 78 days until election. We won't do politics, but there you go. 78 days. Grab a cup of coffee, dig in, let's get going. You got Rick and Patty, KORD.
Starting your day the right way with the KORD Morning Show. Number one for New Country. 1027 KORD.
It's Carolina, number one for New Country. It's 1027 KORD, 622. You got Rick, you got Patty. Always good to be with you. Happy Monday right now, 57 degrees. Gorgeous sunrise, Tri-Cities for you. All right, to get your day started, Facebook fun, here you go. Peanut butter and jelly, crust on or crust off?
I love crust, so I'm okay with it. Crust on, please.
I think any peanut butter and jelly sandwich I'm pretty good with for the most part, even with crust on or crust off. Though I do like the lunch, what's the one? Uncrustables is kind of fun.
You like those?
I like them. They're they're fun to have, but I take PB&J all day long. In basically any form, I'll take it.
Now, do you put those in the toaster, or do you just eat them the way they are?
I just eat them the way they are.
Okay.
Yeah, I like them. I
worked with a girl. She just pulled them out of her purse. She goes, "You want one?" No. Well,
it's like
what are we, 6?
Yes, you are. Yes, yes, you are.
You're like in your 40s. There, want a peanut butter and jelly? PB&J?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Megan.
I guess there's no age limit on it, is there?
There is none on a PB&J. Never. Megan's like, you eat like you're 12. That's right, I do. I love it. Sorry.
Strawberry or grape?
I like strawberry better.
Yeah,
if I was going to pick, I don't mind grape, but for me, strawberry. For me, PB and strawberry is my favorite. But if I got to go grape, I'll go grape as well.
My mom would always get grape because that was my middle brother's favorite. So we always had grape jelly. I will always go strawberry. Yeah. Always.
Because you never get the strawberry.
Never.
So there you go. That'll be the Facebook fun. Peanut butter jelly. Do you like it with the crust on or crust off? Share your comments. More of those on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the KORD Morning Show. Number one for New Country. 1027 KORD.
7 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. 58 degrees, sunshine for you. Happy Monday. And time for some Nashville news. What's going on in Nashville, Patty?
All right, the wife of a famous country singer. She's on the mend after a hospital stay. Brad Paisley's wife, Kimberly Williams Paisley, underwent surgery on Saturday to address a longtime health problem. She lost her voice during a performance 2 years ago due to a damaged nerve. Well, she reached out on social media saying she is sounding much better. As an added bonus, she said she has a scar that's, quote, smiling at me across my neck. So she's going to be okay. The country music family welcoming Post Malone with open arms. The 9-times Diamond certified star made his debut at the Grand Ole Opry last week. I have been watching clips all over TikTok. He was joined by Lainey Wilson, Vince Gill, John Michael Montgomery, and Brad Paisley, who's the one who extended the invitation earlier this summer. Post Malone treated the crowd to some classics, plus his new tunes that are featured on his F1 Trillion album, which is out now. It features 18 songs, including duets with Dolly Parton, Tim McGraw, Chris Stapleton, and many others. Just so you know, Post Malone launches his F1 Trillion 2024 tour on September 8th. We'll keep you posted. Shania Twain is going to be hosting the second annual People's Choice Country Awards. That event set for September 26th at the Grand Ole Opry House in Nashville. It's an offshoot of the popular fan-based People's Choice Awards, and Shania said, "I'm honored to host the award show that celebrates these awesome country fans." Earlier this week, the nominees were announced, and they include Zach Bryan, Beyonce, Casey Musgraves, as well as Shabuzi, just to name a few. Those are your trending headlines.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
Hey, Kenny Chesney, American Kids, number one for New Country. It's 102.7 KORD. Rick and Patty with you. Happy Monday, 6:50. Right now, 58 degrees and sunshine. Reported earlier, sadly, Phil Donahue passing away.
I can't believe it.
At the age of 88.
Man.
And part of our childhood, of course, is just watching Phil Donahue. Especially when you had the flu, you were sick from school.
Yep.
It was Price is Right, Bob Barker, Phil Donahue, Sally Jesse Raphael, Jenny Jones. Let's go back.
Jenny Jones.
Ricky Lake. Let's go.
Oh, Ricky Lake had a show. That's right.
Ricky Lake. Let's go back.
Well, if you want to go to what about Maury?
That's
you
right.
are the father.
That's right. And then
I watch that now.
Jerry Springer.
Jerry. Man.
So sad.
But Phil was the original.
Yeah, Phil was. Absolutely. And his wasn't so sensationalized, I guess, if that made sense.
Wow.
The other people that came later.
Oh, what about,
But much more.
Geraldo.
Geraldo. Oh, gosh. Geraldo and that mustache. Gosh, that mustache.
Yeah.
Oh, Geraldo.
But Donahue was the first.
He was. I always just thought it was Sally Jesse and Donahue.
It was. Well, because they had glasses.
Yeah, they did.
And they didn't really... They weren't salacious, right?
No,
it wasn't.
They were before.
Some of Sally was.
Yeah, but they were before the where it was more
before
shock.
It got out of control.
Yeah, more shock.
Yeah.
It's like where they were getting in fist fights on the stage. You know what I'm saying? You had security.
Oh, that was a big deal. Remember when? Yeah.
Oh, Jerry loved that. Jerry Springer, that was what Springer, and then he'd always get at the very end of it. I always used to love that Jerry would give you a little
his final
speech.
thought.
His final thought. Don't let your life be as messed up as these people.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say. Don't let your life be as messed up as these people. Speaking sadly of a messed up life, we've got a situation with a biological mom and a son, and the mom is asking for money from the son, even though she's never been there.
Why is she asking for money?
Well, we'll talk.
For rent?
We'll talk about what that's going on there. We'll talk about that coming up here in just about 10 minutes in Other People's Problems. What would you do? And of course, this hits home with me because I've got adopted parents, I've got foster parents, I've got biological parents. So I can relate to the situation that's going on here. So check it out right now. It's on Facebook. We'll come back with that in just about 10 minutes. You got Rick and Patty, KORD.
You're listening to Rick and Patty in the morning on number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
Hotel Key, Old Dominion, 707, number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD. 58 degrees, your morning commute. You got Rick, you got Patty. Happy Monday. Great to be with you. Got a situation going on in Other People's Problems. I'm sure some folks listening can really relate to what's going on with Scott. What's going on with Scott this morning?
Rick and Patty, on Friday, I got a phone call from my biological mom. She gave me up just weeks after I was born. I consider my adoptive mother and father my real parents. My biological mom has asked me for help. She lost just about everything. Said she contacted me because she's got nowhere else to turn and needs my help. I haven't talked to her in years before Friday. At first I was mad, but now, because I have such a big heart, my guilty conscience is setting in and telling me I need to do something even though she gave me up. Should I be the bigger person to do something positive for her? My head is telling me no. What would you do if you were me? Should I help my mother or not? Scott in Richland.
Well, coming from a person who has, I've got foster parents, I've got adopted parents, and I've got biological parents. Now, my biological parents, I went into foster care at 5 years old because they have this disease called alcoholism. So neither of my parents could take care of us kids. There was 5 of us, right? If my biological mom had come to me in the same situation that had happened to Scott here, I'm one of those people that I'd help her out. I would help her out once. So what does she need to get back on her feet?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. I know she gave you up. I don't know the situation as to why she gave you up. I'd like to think that people give children up for a better life.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. Well, in the situation of my parents, they just could not take care of us.
Yeah,
they just
I get that.
And the state, it wasn't that they gave us up. The state stepped in and took us. Like, we were.
They didn't want to give you.
We were left alone. They were out. They were out drinking, and partying, and the Child Protective Service comes and says, "All right, there's 5 kids, all 5 and under, home alone." They stepped in and took us away from them, and so, but I did know my biological parents.
I know,
and we loved our biological parents.
Yes.
They just could not take care of us. So, but if my mom came to me and asked that she needed help, I absolutely would help out. I'm one of those people. I'm willing to help somebody out one time. Like, what do you need? How can I help you out?
Yes.
Then if it's like every month, like, hey, can you? Nope. I'm done. I gave what I could. So I'm on the side of. I'm glad you have a big heart. Now, if it was my grandparents who had money, guess what? Guess what they'd say? No.
Oh.
That's the biggest lesson I ever learned in life that crushed my heart is when I was about 16 years old. I asked to borrow some money from my rich grandparents, and my rich grandparents told me, figure it out. And they never
you did, though.
I did.
I mean,
they never gave me a dime, which has made me very apprehensive. Guess what? I don't ask from anybody. Anything.
I know.
I just don't. Because that hurt me so much for my grandparents that I made a decision at 16, like, okay, going forward, I don't care if I'm destitute. I will
because
not.
Somebody told you no. I get it.
Yeah, they hurt me.
I know.
It's my grandparents, and they said no. So, but I'm going to go with you.
Sorry,
I'm going to go with you, Scott. But I'm going to say, help out your mom this time. Help out your mom this time.
Well, I think yes, you can. I'm even going to take it a step further. I'm thinking maybe you could have a great relationship. I wishful thinking, I guess. I don't know. And you can find out more. But I really don't know. I have so many questions. And it does sound like, she gave me up. I guess that would be hard.
That would be, well, absolutely. Yeah, that absolutely is. On the flip side of things is a great example is like my little brother. You could help out my little brother, and he's in the same spot the next week.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yes, I get
you
that.
could spend your lifetime helping out my little brother. He doesn't fix himself.
Nope.
So there are the people that don't fix themselves that they're continually in the same spot.
Yep.
And that is a money pit. You're never, know what I'm saying? You can't. When you come from a broken home, you can't save everybody. And everybody from a broken home takes a role. There's a hero. There are people that in these roles that try to swoop in and save the day. I know people personally that feel it's their job to save everybody. You can't. Being from a broken home, you can't save everybody. Now, those that want to correct the behavior, you can save those people. You can, yeah, absolutely. So I would help out your mom one time. If she can't get back up on her feet after that, well, guess what? I feel like that's on her. So, all right, Scott, this is a tough situation.
Yeah, it is.
We don't have much information to go on, but we'll do our best. 547-KORD, app chat us. What would you do in this situation? Would you help out the mom, or would you say, nope, you gave me up as a kid?
I would help out mom.
All right, at least once. Or
I'd help out mom.
All right. Oh, my goodness. Well, what do you guys think? Let us know. App chat us, KORD.
We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message, or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. Number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
Underwood and Good Girl, number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD at 722. You got Rick, you got Patty. Always good to be with you. So over the weekend, my wife and I, we went to Oregon because my wife is from Salem Kaiser. And let me tell you, you think Tri-Cities has bad drivers? Oh, my gosh. On a Sunday morning at Salem Kaiser, Oregon, literally, I don't know how we picked the worst drivers to get behind or get around. There was so many bad drivers in Oregon.
Are you saying that Oregon drivers are worse than
I don't know.
Washingtonian drivers?
I'm just saying that I don't know what the law of averages were on a Sunday morning, but we literally picked out the worst people that we could have been behind or, tried to get around. And they were swerving in and out of lanes and like, okay, we need to get by them, and you know those people, you've seen them. You're behind them and like, okay, what lane are they going to go in, and they're
were they on their phones?
I don't know what they were doing. I could care less what they're doing. It's
just
like
stay on the road.
Bad driving, absolutely. So there's a brand new survey by AAA reveals that 85% of people are tired of hearing loud music blaring from other cars. 78% of people have seen others throw trash out of their cars. Have you seen people throw trash out?
I have. I don't like that at all.
65% of drivers have observed passengers putting their feet on the dashboard. Well, I've done that before. And 17% of people have seen passengers dangling their feet out of the window. Have you ever seen that?
I've seen that quite a few times.
I've seen hands and feet doing that. So the old question is, as always, are women better drivers than men?
Of course. Naturally.
Why or why not? And if you know why, 547-KORD.
We pay attention. We pay attention.
Really?
Oh, yes.
I was grabbing
Now, my husband would say no.
I don't know. On our trip to Oregon, I was grabbing the old crap bar quite a bit with my wife.
Were you really?
Yes, I was. And I love my wife, but I don't know.
Was she driving fast?
No, but her driving suspect. That's all I got to say about that.
Did she take a minute to slow down? Like, does she not see what... My husband doesn't see... He doesn't react.
She's more of a hard breaker than I am. I'm kind of... Like, the minute I see red lights, I'm slowing.
You're slowing. Same here.
So she goes, I see him. I'm like, well, I'm grabbing the bar. I don't know. Are you? Are you seeing him?
Did she get mad at you? Knock it off.
Yeah, she hates that. She hates that. But it's like, but then again, she has a Subaru, which is newer than my truck. I got a brake for my truck. I'm like, I see your brakes, I'm braking. You know what I'm saying? Because my big truck, I don't know if, it has brakes, but I don't feel confident in that they're going to be an instant, And I've hit my brakes in my monster truck and I'll slide. Like
I've driven with you, and you know what? I've never driven with Megan, and I already know she's a safer driver than you.
All right, we're gonna.
I already know that.
Oh, them fighting words. All right, 547-KORD. Are women better drivers than men? Let's stir the pot. Let's get the pot stirring here.
What a stupid question, Rick. Of course. What? I mean, really?
We'll see what people say. 547-KORD. You got Rick and Patty.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
October, Luke Combs, when it rains, it pours. And yes, we will have your free tickets. Make sure you download the KORD mobile app so you can win those tickets from us here at KORD. I'm really loving the track on the Post Malone album with Luke Combs on it. You've been enjoying the Post Malone.
I'm a fan. I am a Post Malone fan.
You love the whole
album.
His
tour starts. I'm going. I am on board.
And you've been sampling the album all weekend long, right?
Well, not all weekend, but yeah, I'm a fan.
You're a fan.
I am a fan.
Any particular track stand out to you?
Yeah, Hide the Gun.
Hide the Gun. All right, Hide the Gun.
I'm not sure if that's the name of it exactly.
Hide the Gun. So Post Malone, of course, the album is out, downloaded, of course, some great tracks. I like the Post Malone, I like the Luke Combs, I like the Blake Shelton song. So many great collabs on that. Definitely check out the Post Malone.
Devil I've Been and Hide My Gun.
Which one is with the Chris Stapleton one? Is that
that's that's about California Sober.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one, too. They're all good.
All right.
Get the album.
Get the album, Post Malone.
Let's play them all.
All right, are women better drivers than men? Why not? And we'll take some calls. What do you think? Patty's going to say she's a better driver than Jeff. Are you a better driver than Jeff?
Again, I don't even... Rick, why would you ask such a question?
I know.
Of course I'm...
Step.
What is wrong with you?
I'm stepping right in it this morning, aren't I?
Yes,
yes. So, 547-KORD. Women or men? Who's better driver? What do you got?
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Because we are more alert, we're more aware of our surroundings. We don't get into the zone of just driving. We're paying attention to every little thing because that's what women do. We are the worriers by nature, so we're constantly paying attention to what's going on around us. We don't just tune everything out like guys do.
Oh,
so,
wow.
yes, we are better drivers.
All right.
We multitask. We get it. So we know where we're going.
Hence, putting your makeup on while you're driving, while eating a donut, and texting. And
we multitask. Don't be jealous.
547 KORD. Men or women? Who's a better driver?
I would have to agree because I ride with my fiance in the car all the time, and I look at her. She goes, "Babe, you're swerving." She freaks. I'm like, "It's okay. You're not dead, are you?"
Yeah.
Like, I'll pick up my phone to answer a call, and I'll swerve a little bit. Somebody will honk. I'll scream, get road rage because I'm like, I own the road.
So he agrees that women are better drivers. So 2 calls for women are better drivers. There you go.
I told you.
I know. You told me.
You.
I guess I know better now. I know better to ask that question. 547 KORD, what do you think? Women or men? Who's better drivers? We want to know. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Darius Rucker and Wagon Wheel, number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD. 749, you got Rick, you got Patty. Always good to be with you. Happy Monday. Great deals, great values. It's what we're all about here at KORD. And, of course, seizethedeal.com.
Are you talking about the health and fitness?
Yeah, let's get into physical, right?
Yeah, there's a fitness card. It's your chance to experience some of the best workouts that Tri-Cities has to offer. You get 1 week at CrossFit Unrestrained, 3 drop-in visits at Trinity Hot Yoga, 3 sessions at Rock Shop Climbing, and 5 personal training visits from results-based coaching, and 3 drop-in spin classes at Star Cycle in Kennewick.
Look at all of that. Normally a $500 value. Yours today for what? $99.
$99.
That's
bucks.
The Tri-Cities
Can you believe that?
Fitness card.
That is unbelievable.
Everybody talks about, because you always want to try these different gyms and different things, right?
That's
different
right.
Classes.
That's right.
This is your opportunity. And it's available right now. Seizethedeal.com has got
Perfect.
I'm looking up there. Yeah, look at those great. Look at that great deal.
I know.
Look at that great value.
It's amazing.
And think about this. If you don't want it, give it a gift for someone else.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Because
all different fitness things are covered.
That's right. You got it all. It's all covered. You got
you can pick and choose, whichever.
You got yoga. You got CrossFit. You got even the assessment and Star Cycle's the hot one. Patty's been wanting to try that one for a while. So normally a $400 value, $99 for you today. Seizethedeal.com has got it for you right there. And while supplies last, because once it's gone. Once it's gone, Patty, it's gone.
Oh, I know.
I
know.
And these go quickly. They go quickly. So check it out online right now, seizethedeal.com. 2024 Tri-Cities Fitness Card. Good luck. Go snap it up. It's 1027 KORD.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Yes, it's the Ben Franklin Fair and Rodeo. I know you and I are going to be out and about riding the bus, which is going to be a lot of fun this week. Also, some great country come to town. Craig Morgan and Josh Turner. And then you got Beach Boys, you got Goo Goo Dolls.
Goo Goo Dolls are sold out already.
Yeah.
But remember, you got general admission, so you're good to go.
I love that. That's one thing I love about our fair is the fact is that's for the reserved seats, but your paid ticket will get
you into the show.
Absolutely. And I've seen some great shows at the Ben Franklin Fair and Rodeo.
And you were talking about riding the bus.
Yeah.
It's free. It's free to ride the bus to and from the fair.
Yeah. Why hassle with that parking?
Why?
I have done the parking at Ben Franklin Fair out there in the boonies, like not just
you
like
forget where you're parked.
Yeah, like
how far out are we?
Yeah, not even the gravel. I didn't even ended up on the gravel side. It literally or the concrete side. You're out in the dirt. I'm like, ride the bus. So we'll talk more about that as the week gets going. Anywhere, everywhere on your KORD mobile app. And yes, cucumbers. What's going on with cucumbers?
There's big national recall. You don't. I'd be careful. I would just be careful about buying those recalls. Salmonella. So one person became ill in Washington. Yes, it's even Washington. So it's a multi-state recall.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So it's a multi-state, not just here, but it's
national.
It's all over the place. So be aware of that. Also, our animal shelter pet of the week, Mystery, is up there. What a great little kitty!
Did you see her?
Beautiful little kitty.
She's all black.
She's all black. I love it. Well, that's why her name's Mystery. I love that. She's 2 months old and just shy of hitting the 2-pound mark.
I don't even know. Is it a boy or a girl? I don't even know.
mystery. Well, she's a she.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But she's beautiful,
Yes, she
and
is.
you can check that out. So that's 7.
Those big eyes.
I know, absolutely. So cucumbers being recalled, pet of the week. So much going on. SeizeTheDeal.com. Ton of stuff right there on the KORD mobile app. Go check it out now. Save yourself a bunch of money. You got Rick and Patty.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number 1 for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
It's 102.7 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. Good morning. 65 degrees, whole lot of sunshine on your Monday commute. So good to be with you as always. And another edition of Other People's Problems. Scott got quite a situation. Now, I can relate because I've got adopted parents, I've got foster parents, and I've got biological parents. So what's going on with Scott?
So Scott's biological mom gave him up just weeks after he says, after I was born. I consider my adoptive mother and father my real parents. My biological mom, though, has asked me for help. She lost just about everything and said she contacted me because she's got nowhere else to turn to, nobody else, and she needs help. I haven't talked to her in years before Friday, so at first I was mad, but now, after having such a big heart, my guilty conscience is setting in and telling me that I need to do something, even though she did give me up. Should I be the bigger person? Should I do something positive for her? My head's telling me no. What would you do if you were me? Should I help her or not? Scott.
A lot of great comments, guys. And what are people saying that Scott should do?
Yvette says, speaking as one adopted at 4 months of age, I say no. You owe her nothing except gratitude. She obviously made the best choice she could have when she gave you up for adoption. But money, for example, my biological mom has gambling issues. So no, I would not buy her food or give her money or pay her bills. She obviously makes poor decisions now that has impacted her ability to care for herself. Give this woman moral support and a list of resources. That's it.
Daniel says, if it is money she's asking for, and if you decide to help, do not give her money. Instead, pay the bill directly for her so you know that the money actually goes to what she's needed. If she refuses, then it's a huge red flag to stay away. Also have the conversation about it being a one-time thing. That's from Daniel.
Hard decision. Try not to focus on the who you consider your real parents are. If your heart is telling you to help her, go with that. What will bring you peace in mind? Sending prayers.
I like what Rebecca said. I would discuss it with your adopted parents. They might be able to provide some insight. Personally, I don't think it's morally appropriate for your bio mom to expect any help from you. If she's asking for money, that's a nope for me, and that's from Rebecca.
Linda says, I wouldn't do it. It's sad she's only contacted you for help, not to build a relationship. You're crazy if you do it. Just tell her you can't at this point in your life. That's from Linda.
And Samantha says the same thing. To me, I wouldn't personally do it, but mainly because why is she turning to you when she needs help? She turned her back on you and you were helpless. I don't know. Maybe I'm petty. That's from Samantha.
Jason says, I wouldn't give her anything. You don't owe her anything.
Yeah, but go with your gut. A lot of people say go with your gut.
Go with your intuition. No.
Paula says, depends on the reason she gave you up. You know, that's kind of interesting, too. Both my parents were raging alcoholics. It's why it's why I don't drink at all. Period. Yeah. Because it destroyed my life, my childhood. So for me, it's like, but it's kind of people have always asked me like, why don't you blame your bio parents? I do have abandonment issues, absolutely abandonment issues.
Yeah, but why would somebody want you to blame?
Well,
why do you have to place blame?
Because some people are like that. Some people are like that. You know,
I do know that.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, as I've talked a lot on the radio, is the reason why placing blame is I did not. My adopted parents, we've talked about this. Were I'm going to just say it, were horrible people. So I mean, I had my bio parents, my foster parents, and then I got adopted out. I should never have been adopted out to these people. Just absolutely not. I'm not going to go into depth on it, but no way. Absolutely. You talk about destruction in my life.
I know.
They destroyed it a lot more than I look at it like they destroyed it a lot more than my biological parents.
Well, I get placing blame on them.
Right.
I understand
but
that.
the bio parents is they just couldn't. I look at it like they just couldn't take care of us. They were alcoholics. They just couldn't take care of us. But as I've always told people, my abuse, did not come from my bio parents, did not come from my foster parents. The abuse came from the adopted parents that we had. So it's one of those things where, sadly, the state stepped in, took us away with the real parents. But they
wish the state would have stepped in for the adopted parents.
Yeah, but my biological parents never, beat me or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, abuse me like that. They just couldn't take care of us. So anyway, it's a long story. So Scott, I totally understand what you're going with in this situation. If my bio parent came and asked for money, I would help them out on a one-time thing. And I also love what you said. A lot of people said, just pay the bill. What's the bill?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a friend who asks for money?
I have.
And then they keep coming back?
No.
And then I become very suspicious, like, okay, what are you doing with the money? Does it make sense? I've had that happen. I've had it happen.
I can count on one hand the people I've lent money to. Yes. And do you think I've ever seen the money?
No.
Was it ever replaced to me? No.
No, I had some.
Never paid back.
Years ago, I had somebody borrow.
And these are close friends.
I've had people borrow. I had a person borrow up to $250 from me, but they kept coming back. So they asked for 100. I gave them 100. Can I get 50? Gave them 50. I just need another 100. Gave them 100. Whatever. And then they came back the last time, and I went, no.
I know.
I'm like, no. Banks closed.
Banks closed.
Banks closed because
Bank
what are
Rick
you
is
doing?
closed.
Yeah, I don't know how many times, And I was like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to figure it out on your own.
That's right.
So it's like, you only get so many times.
Nope,
So,
I know.
Scott, we wish you the best of luck. Figure out what she needs. Does she need a place to stay? Is it bills? What is
Help
it?
where you can, if you can.
If you can.
Yes.
But you also don't have to help at all. It's not your...
That's right.
Not your
That's
obligation.
true.
So, Scott, good luck. Let us know how it turns out. You guys chime in. Let us know. Rick and Patty. KORD.
You're listening to Rick and Patty in the morning on number 1 for New Country, 102.7 KORD.